Genetics problem number 9 was a difficult one. It states that in humans there is a dominant gene for vitiligo, where small unpigmented spots appear on the body. There's also a recessive gene for albinism, which causes the entire body to be unpigmented. Vitiligo cannot be seen in albinos. A man with vitiligo had an albino mother and a normal father. The man has a child by a normal-skinned woman who had an albino father. What is the probability of having a normal-skinned child? So the first thing to do is figure out what the genotypes are. We know that vitiligo is dominant and albinism is recessive. So here's a picture of vitiligo. The man has vitiligo, and he had an albino mother and a normal father. So since vitiligo is dominant, use a big letter V. He had a normal father, so he must have a normal allele also. He had an albino mother. Albinism is recessive. But he's not albino because we can see the vitiligo, so he must have the normal allele also. Now the man had a child by a normal-skinned woman who had an albino father. She's normal-skinned, so she doesn't have vitiligo. Little v, and she's not albino, but she had an albino father, so he had to give her a recessive albino allele. Now this is a 2-trait cross, vitiligo and the albino alleles. We need to see how these two alleles can combine together into the gametes. So we start with the vitiligo. The big V can pair up with the big A, but it can also pair up with the little a. So we have big V, big A, big V, little a. The little v can pair up with the big A or the little a. Little v, big A, little v, little a. In the female, there's 2 little v's, so they can pair up with the a's, little v, big A, little v, little a, and the same thing again. So that's little v, big A, little v, little a, twice, little v, big A, little v, little a. Now when we combine these alleles, we get, for our vitiligo, I know that all of these are going to have vitiligo. All of these are also going to have vitiligo because it gets passed down. For our albino, we have to have a double A. So there's a double A here and a double A here. And there's also a double A here and here. Now these are not vitiligo, these are little v's. And the only ones that are normal are these 4 and these 2. So out of 16 possibilities, I have 6 that are normal, and if we reduce that, we get 3/8. So the probability of having a normal child is 3 out of 8.